Tell your famous daddy joke.
Wait, you want a daddy joke? I don't know. Oh, and so I was talking to my daddy, and I was like,
Literally
caught off guard. I didn't know I was talking to Blake.
I know.
Apparently, our boy, our man, our daddy,
our favorite daddy besides
daddy.
Gerry.
Yeah,
The second.
There's a legit one out there. It's Gerry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel too uncomfortable calling him daddy, but Blake hasn't earned that right from me yet.
Maybe when he becomes golden, we'll call him that.
Golden. The only daddies I want to like call that is the golden ones. This is Daddy Jamie. No, I can't say that. I haven't earned that right. This is
we don't have. We're kids. This is the children talking.
Don't take it that far. This is Jamie, a well-adjusted young man,
a young child.
Okay.
And this is Vic.
And this is like Daddy. This is like
literally Daddy.
We're covering the
dads. Covering all the dads here.
We talk about dads. Gerry, the Golden Bachelor, as well as the not real daddies they have down on Paradise.
No, the fake ones.
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
No, they don't get that respect.
A special episode of Golden Bachelor, the Fantasy Suites, and then another generic episode of Bachelor in Paradise. What do we talk about first? What do people care about more? Well, that's a dumb question. Yeah, that's a dumb question.
We all know.
What do we treat the people to first?
Do they deserve it?
Some people like to make them wait a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Build the suspense.
Instant gratification isn't always the way.
That is true. Speaking of that, let's give them what they want.
Yeah, let's give them what they want. We will talk about Gerry first. Gerry. So Jesse, tell me, do your parents still have sex? I like how
good question.
It was a good question because Jesse was going after
Only
him,
when
and he was like, Gerry pulled the no you. It's like, tell me about your parents.
I know, he flipped
Jesse.
it around.
Like, how do you like being asked about it?
Jesse was very excited for that question.
I did appreciate that was something that was brought up, and Gerry did have I liked Gary's response to it about it as well. Like, he seemed very aware that it was gonna people were gonna be very
interested,
intrigued
in his sex life.
Yeah. It's just because I mean, it is fair. Like, golden years. You know, are you still, what did he say? Knocking boots? I like that. I need to remember that. But he was pretty open about it. He said he didn't want to rush it. I was like, yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Never. Who would want to do that?
Who'd want to rush? Take your time.
Yeah, no, I got what he was saying though, and he said he wanted to make sure the moment was
right.
But I guess the question is, were there two right moments this episode, or was there any right moments?
Or two wrong moments?
Two wrong moments. Yeah, I mean, the first date we get is with Leslie. They get to do a little bit of rappelling. They're doing their military training.
180 feet down a waterfall.
Down a waterfall. Leslie, first of all, got screwed in that. She was like in the waterfall.
She was in the waterfall while Gerry was kind of just like a very easy climb.
He was
right
like on the far left side, you know, not next to the waterfall. They put her right in it. The like rocks were all wet. She was already like worried about it too. She was like clearly more nervous about it. And like, oh, let's give you the like more dangerous, like scary.
Yeah, you'll like this. You'll enjoy this.
You said you want to like feel like you're taking a shower while you're going down as well.
Slipping all the way down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was like
intentional.
Yeah, if it was like if you know maybe she was going off course, or literally she was doing it perfectly and she still just ends up in
the waterfall,
in the stream. But
she did make it alive though.
They both made it down alive. She really appreciated just how comforting Gerry was throughout it all. Said that He made her feel very safe, as he does for all of us.
I do feel safe when I'm watching him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was just a fun date, which I guess they deserve, like, just, you know, a fun
Relaxing.
date. Yeah, no, I don't know how relaxing it was, but the hard questions came later.
That is true. What Gerry did ask for him.
Yeah,
He
yeah, no,
said, give me him hard.
I really liked that he was like aware. He brought up that, you know, they're both sort of seeing each other through the rose colored glasses, you know, only looking at the best of each other. And he brought up, he's like, you haven't asked me hard questions in a while. All right, Gerry, when was the last time you had sex?
Gerry did not like that.
And he pulled the classic joke, and he's like, "What are you talking about, with someone else, or, you know, just by myself?" And I was like, "Good answer, Gerry." He didn't really give a specific, but he just said a long time. But she did say, like, it had been like a year. Yeah, interesting. How old is Leslie? I don't remember.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We don't see age here.
We don't see age here. I mean, it honestly doesn't seem nearly as, like, of a big deal compared to, like, Bachelor, Bachelorette, where it's like, oh, is this, like, 23-year-old ready to date, like, this
30-year-old?
30-year-old? I mean, there actually is, like, probably bigger age gaps on Gerry's season, because he's 71 or 72 or something, right?
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, he had 60-year-olds. I do remember some of them were 60.
It just doesn't seem that big of a gap.
No. At that point, what does it matter? I did like Gerry sort of did redirect, and he's like, let's keep things on course here. He was like, his question was, you know, how do you see life outside of this, like, together? Because where's Gerry from? It was like Indiana or Illinois. Yeah, I think it was Indiana.
Oh yeah, I just know that they're very far apart.
Well, she is only Minneapolis. That's only, like, that's not that far. That's both Midwest.
Oh really? Wow.
I think so. Am I wrong? Am I getting them confused? Was Teresa Minneapolis? No, I thought it was
her?
Leslie. But if he does live, if I'm correct, and he's, like, Illinois or Indiana, then that's not that bad. That's, like, a few states over. That's not, like, opposite coasts. I mean, that
would be better, but it's
not
still
convenient. Yeah, it's not like it's not like you can drive there, like,
just for, you know, an afternoon.
Yeah, no. But, you know, she said,
yeah, they still want to live together. So
yeah, I mean, she said she wouldn't want to leave Minneapolis, like, permanently, but she wants to be with him, so you know, they'd figure it out. Gerry's a big fan of figuring it out. He did like that. He would give a compliment for that. But I keep wanting to say Faith. I'm so hungover.
For Faith. Pour one out.
Pour one out for Faith. We still remember you. She is okay when I don't know. I'm way more, like, conscious of the fact that, like, I don't know. They're not dead. Don't worry. Leslie really took to heart the, like,
that he'll always be there for her.
Yeah, till death do us part. She says she's never had that, but that's, you know, what she's looking for. And
someone to be there permanently.
He kind of said, like, I'll give it to you, or something like, right?
Yeah, he said, I will. And we will, is his exact quote.
If that's what he said,
that's a lot.
That's promising a lot. And it's like, you still have, like, another person here, man.
Well, you won't if you don't choose her.
Yeah. They do go to the fantasy suite together.
Before that, he does say, I can't live without you.
Yeah. Dude.
That is pretty big.
Yeah, no, they can't. And that was his whole thing, that it was, yeah, one of the former bachelorettes, Trista, I think it was, said like, yeah, you got to find the person you can't live without, not just you that you can live with, but you can't live without. And he really took that to heart, and he's saying that. He said that to Leslie, and it's like that's
big.
That seems like a kind of like a guarantee thing, or like a
like he's now committed to her.
Or yeah, and he said like, yeah, I think that's with you, or like I think you're the one. Like I can't live without. What do you like? How do you respond to that?
Let's get married.
Honestly, it's like, all right,
yeah, that's a proposal.
I'm just like really worried if, again, now if he doesn't pick her.
After saying those,
a lot of like very like, yeah.
Like him committing himself fully emotionally and physically.
She has like the right to be like super angry. Like I think like legitimately angry.
That he said those things and didn't follow up.
Because there's been like, I think I don't envy Gerry's position at all. Like I think he's, I don't know, like this has to be super difficult. But I don't know, like you can't be that, you can't give that to much to some person and then like just turn around and pick someone else. Like you're leading someone on to the point of like
fully committing themselves for the rest of their life.
And that's, I mean, again, I don't know how else you could do it, but it's just like, it has to be, again, if he doesn't pick her, that would just like, I don't know how I can like look at things any differently, because I'd just be like, well, you said you can't live without me, and now you're choosing to live without me. So like, what's the deal? What's the deal? I don't know. I'm just like, after that happened, I was just like, well, okay, he's picking Leslie, I guess.
That's gotta be it.
They go to the fantasy suite. He tells her that he thinks she's the one. They spend the night together at 69 degrees. Nice.
They do not take their boots off. They knock them.
Yeah, together. No. Like in the morning, they're very close, but he's like, I'm sure there's a lot of people like wondering like what happened. He's like, to be honest, none of your fucking business. I'm like,
damn, Gerry.
All right, Gerry.
That's fair.
All right, fair enough.
Fair. So what did happen here, Gerry?
Yeah, so let me ask one more time. We need to know.
Just give me a little snippet.
But so then when he goes to meet with like Teresa, they go horseback riding, but like
he's not there.
She picked up on it. Like he was super quiet. He wasn't really talking.
He was in front. He was like in his own world, not being there with her.
Yeah. I mean, and she's like, she notices and she's like, I'm sure he's like going through or like struggling with it, but it's like, I really want him to just focus on
the day,
us today. It's like, that's fair to ask for, I think. And he says, that like he's having a good time with Teresa, but he's like occasionally thinking like, oh, I wonder what Leslie's doing right now. And I'm like, dude, all right, I guess you're picking Leslie.
Yeah, I guess that solves it then.
Like I was pretty like committed. And at that point I really was like, because I kind of like predicted Teresa last week, right, as the winner. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm wrong. I wonder how he's gonna like break up with her, but he kind of he continues.
He does continue,
and it seems like it does kind of change a little bit though, because he said he was worried that he like basically like maxed out their relationship, put into a gamer terms.
I know, I can understand that now.
Yeah, like that
he hit the cap.
He hit the max level. It's like you can't take things any further. Like, where do we go from here?
Time to start over.
Their dinner, like I guess their dinner and more, was like very eye-opening to him. Like he just asked her about her job, and like I thought that was like interesting because I was like, she made it this far. He really doesn't know what she does for like. First of all, that she still is working. But he has no idea what
he just has like a very basic idea.
It's like, oh yeah, and you're involved with stonks, right? Stonks. And she's like,
Yeah, I'm a professional. I'm Wall Street trader,
yeah, I mean, she said like, yeah, at first I was just like,
day trader.
like at first she said like, yeah, I didn't really even like work. I was just like, not how,
Oh yeah,
like
housewife.
whatever. But then she was like, yeah, but then I like bought my first like stock and then bought another. And basically I became a day trader. But then, her husband at the time was like, oh, if you get, if you actually go and get a job, we'll be able to get like insurance. I don't have to pay out of pocket for it anymore. And so she decides to go get a job, at a business that she was like
trading with.
Working with. And, she said like, oh yeah, and I was like in competition with like 30 other like college graduates. And it does make me, I wonder like, when did she get this job then? Because she made it seem like,
it was a while ago.
Like, yeah, like, is she saying that she didn't go to college? Like, I guess not for that. Or is she saying like, was she older already when she got this job or something? I don't know. I was a little bit confused by it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it really matters. But
probably not too much. It seemed like it was back then when she had her husband too.
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty much all she focuses on.
She beat out all the college graduates, got that job. It seems like she's kind of balling out. It seems like she's like pretty legit.
She's the Wolf of Wall Street, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, he
was very impressed by that. He liked that a lot.
Again, it was another thing where it's like, dude, I'm okay with realizing that like we probably don't get to see everything you talk about. So I would just assume that like, oh yeah, you
come out.
Yeah, you guys I'm sure have talked about like, jobs and stuff, and that's not the most interesting thing, that we could hear about. But it's like, no, she's made it this far. I don't really know what she does. It's a little bit like funny.
That is pretty wild.
But when he like it does seem like the sex talk came up again with them, because Teresa said like, she's dated since her husband passed away, but never really
never made it that far.
Never like someone. She said like, things, she was never really all that interested in any of them, so they were all cut short, and that she hasn't been with anyone, slept with anyone since her husband. So it's like a big deal for her.
Yeah, she made it a big deal.
They do end up going to the fantasy suite, which again I was surprised by, because I was like, I mean, I guess in the moment I wasn't a little bit surprised, but I was surprised that like Gerry was like just continuing.
I know.
I was like, oh, I thought you were like pretty dead set on Leslie, but
he does say the L word to her.
Yeah.
He says, I love you. After that,
they go to the fantasy suite, and apparently we find out, that during the night time,
during the action,
the potential action, he did say that he loves her. And so,
and then she says, this feels like the first day of the rest of my life.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's a big
Wait,
statement.
no, I thought he said that.
Oh, he did say that, yeah.
Which is, again,
that's even more.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's even more like meaningful if you said that.
I mean, yeah, he's, so the way it ended, he's both good dates, good fantasy suites with both, and he said he sees a life with both of them, and I'm like,
that's not.
I don't think you get a.
I know.
I don't think that's an option. I'm pretty sure you have to choose. I'm stumped. I really don't know.
This is pretty wild. Yeah, I did not expect it to be this intense at the final two.
It's gonna be like, I might actually cry like when one of them gets broken, because I don't know. I now I'm leaning more towards Leslie, but I don't know. Just because it seemed like he had more doubts with Teresa going into it, but
I seems to make up for it.
Yeah, I guess those all got
resolved.
So I don't know. I don't know how to like. I'm stumped.
Yeah, he's gone like full throttle into like both the women.
Yeah, I mean, and it's gonna like, it makes me so invested. Oh my gosh, no episode next week because of Thanksgiving, but like 2 weeks from now, man, I'm gonna be glued.
I might hear. Yeah.
I'm glued. Like
I'm gluing my eyes to the screen so I don't miss it.
eyes glued to the screen. My ass is glued to the seat. So like I'm not getting up. It's just like I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm gonna feel their pain. No, I can't say that, but
I will feel the pain.
yeah, it's gonna hurt me, dude. I don't know.
Gary better choose me, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Or I'm gonna really feel it.
yeah. I need the final rose. Now, I mean,
Yeah.
are you sticking with your
Yeah,
final pick, Leslie?
It'll feel bad for Teresa when she gets.
Yeah, I'll feel bad for Teresa.
Yeah, it'll probably be. I'm thinking Leslie, but it's.
I'm
not
thinking Leslie
confident.
too, but
I'm not confident.
I'm not confident either. I guess I'll stick with Teresa, but I don't feel confident in it.
Oh
There's
no!
Too much to talk about. All right, let's get our hands dirty.
All right, get a little filthy.
Someone needs to take a bath.
I know, and it isn't me.
No, it's this show. Everyone on this show.
It's anyone who watches the show.
Anyway.
So it is me.
Yeah, so it is me. I didn't bring enough deodorant to like put on.
Yeah, I came in smelling good, and now I smell like a hippie.
So it picks up from last week. Michael, the boatman,
man, is back.
comes down. Who's he gonna take on a date?
No one knows except Olivia.
Because she goes on the date. She goes on the date.
Because she then knows.
And it does show their date like right away. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't one
they get
where
right
it's like,
into it. It's like 24 hours after.
Yeah. It's like, all right, let's see like who gets asked on the date, and now at the very end of the date, let's show like them on the date.
And they just say like, "Oh, how are you? Good. Oh, wow."
I mean, their date was. They danced and like it was like a sweet date, but I don't know. Like I felt really good for Olivia. Again, I actually liked Boatman a little bit. He seemed pretty smooth. I don't know. I was getting a little bit hypnotized by him. He does have a very nice smile. She's right about the dimples. He does seem confident and cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Calm, cool, and collected.
He does seem very collected.
They dance, and then
Cat.
Who's Kate?
Oh wait,
Says
first, what do you think about Olivia like getting super hyped up, but not even like remembering like what his name is before going on it?
That was pretty classic.
Do you believe it, or do you think she was just like playing along or making a joke?
No, she definitely didn't know.
She still doesn't know.
No one told
her. I mean,
Mark.
I mean, Miguel. I mean,
Sailor.
Yeah, Captain. I'm just gonna call you Captain now. Oh yeah, what do you think about then the little sit down between Kat and John Henry? They get a
Kate. Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty classic Kat move. Her going all in with John Henry.
Yeah,
saying like she's already preparing to like be with him outside of the show. I'm like, yeah, right.
That's like a man who who could raise Mike or whatever she said. I did appreciate how she said like I haven't like probably handled things the best. I've hurt people's feelings and that doesn't feel good. But it seems like John Henry, like he handled things with so much grace, and that's very like admirable. And I was like, okay.
Oh, really?
You were not absolved of all your sins, but
yeah, you may confess, but your sins are not absolved. Yeah.
I appreciated the awareness.
That is the first step.
Yeah. What do you think about Tanner and like Rachel? Like, apparently, I
didn't know
they know that each other are there.
They do know of each other. I think they have talked. Maybe
they know they are aware of each other's presence. It seems, from what we can tell.
Yeah,
but
But does it go further than that?
Yeah, it's so out of like nowhere. I didn't make any sense last week. I don't know if we talked about it enough. Let's just touch on it for a quick 30 minutes real quick. How surprising it is. Yeah, it's just, he had like a whole date with Davia, whatever.
Dave.
And it was supposed to make it seem like, oh yeah, she's the one he's picking over Kat, which he did, but it's like not enough to earn my rose though. It's like, okay, that's a little bit of a switch up.
Yeah.
Like, we saw literally nothing of him and Rachel.
Mm-hmm. Why would you do this? Why would you go for her?
Yeah.
Why would you expect anything? Even she was just like, oh, yeah, it was just like a friendly rose, I think.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I was like, yeah, okay.
That makes sense. And then they never seem to talk again.
Yeah, I mean, they get a little bit of time later on. But first, Jordan, early elimination, but a significant elimination from Rachel's season of The Bachelor. They went on a date. Jordan and
Taylor, who's a person.
He's real, I guess.
He is. He was on a season of something, I think. They walk onto the beach.
They come down. Jordan talks to Rachel. Taylor talks to... Well, first he pulled Kat, but it didn't show their conversation at all. So I'm sure it went well.
Yeah, that's a good sign always.
But it also showed him talking to like Mercedes, and it like a super like really weird way of showing him. I couldn't tell if it was like accurate of like him saying something and then just like I don't know, making like weird like I don't know. It was super weird. I was like, did he actually do that?
I know it seemed like super awkward and like silence, and then he was just like making weird faces. But is that what actually happened, or were they having like a staring contest?
Yeah, and he was trying to win.
He's trying to win.
Dude, I forgot he was there. After that, I was like,
he got nothing. Pretty much.
This? But so Jordan gets to the date and he asks Rachel, which again, I know you haven't seen their season, but I guess just the context behind them. Are you surprised by that, given that they went on a date before and she eliminated him immediately after their date? So he comes back on and immediately was like, hey, Rachel, you want to go on a date? It's been like a year and a half, I guess, since they've seen each other. So, yeah, what's your take? What's your professional opinion, since you're a professional?
Don't do that. No. Well, I'm sure he asked, like, who the like single people are that aren't in a relationship, and saw that most of them were, and then she wasn't.
So you think he might have been doing it just like
because she was
type of thing?
Because she was single. Yeah, wasn't with anyone.
I mean, is there anyone else that's kind of single? Not really. Mm-hmm. Like Olivia and Michael are kind of a new, but she wasn't even there at the time. So then it was like Sam was one. I don't know, but she seems pretty dead set on Peter. So
yeah,
Rachel really is the only one, but I don't know. I kind of just like I feel like we've said this before, where it's like I don't know if I would go on a date with someone who I went on a date with and was immediately after was like, yeah, you're not the one.
No. Yeah.
I would just be like, I don't think I haven't changed. So like,
you have not changed. I've not changed.
I don't know. But
how desperate we are might have changed.
Yeah, that is true. And I don't know, is that what it was? But that very much upset Tanner. Tanner was very confused.
So was I.
So was I, because I was like, why are you confused?
Yeah.
What are you confused
I know. You never talked to her. You've never gone on a date. What are you doing? He does confront Rachel.
Yeah.
Takes her aside and says that she has her guard up and is putting too many walls up.
Yeah, and that like he's not sure what she's feeling. And I was very confused about the conversation because I was like, what is each of yours objective in this like conversation? Because he wasn't really asking her, at least in that initial conversation, about like
being together.
Yeah. And then she like was just like, yeah, I know, it's all just so like weird. And I was like, yes, what are you referring to? Like, I don't know. But then she talks to Wells, who's like, you gotta, if you want something, you gotta actually like go after it. You can't take things too cautious, especially at this point, which I guess is approaching the end of Paradise. I'm still really confused. I must be wrong about the actual like production filming length of this show, because
you think it's longer.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be, right? I mean, because if it's 3 weeks and there's like been like 4 rose ceremonies so far?
Yeah, that is a lot.
Has it been 4 or 3? I don't even know, but
yeah, it was the guys first, right?
Yeah, I think it was guys first, then the girls, and then the
And the
guys.
guys.
But now it's girls again. So
this is the 4th one.
Jesus, so it's only been like, and
wow.
But so it would have to be longer, because unless they're doing a rose ceremony literally just like every
other day.
I don't know. This is like where like we need like math skills, and I don't understand.
Any mathers out there?
Any mathers like well, like if they had a rose ceremony every like 3 days, that would mean they've only been there for like not like a little over like 2 weeks.
Right.
Which it has to be longer than
yeah, that would seem pretty wild.
But
just that.
I don't think the like rose ceremony is like once a week though, because that would mean we're missing out on like literal like days and days and days of like footage where we're just like not seeing that.
Nothing, yeah, just condensed versions of it.
Which,
where it
like,
all seems like a day.
That makes sense like on The Bachelor or Bachelorette, because like, the guys or girls are just like hanging out in the house and they only
Nothing's
see
going
the like
on.
the
Yeah.
lead like for each individual date. But they're on this show, they're together all the time. So it's like,
let me see it all.
yeah. They have to be doing it. I don't know. My math skills just aren't up to snuff. Even like, okay, maybe like every 4 days.
4 days.
So it'd be like almost 2 weeks of that. I guess. I don't know.
Mm.
I want to know, is this show actually only 3 weeks or wherever? I read it on the internet, so it has to be true. But it's weird because I thought like what I was reading was like from someone who was on the show, and they said like it was 3 weeks or something. So I believed it.
All right.
I don't know.
How scary.
It's just, I don't know. This show is so like fast paced, though. It seems like everyone's dating someone new like every other day.
Week.
I don't get it. What did you think of Rachel and Jordan's date, though? Another tantric yoga date.
Another yoga.
Yeah.
Probably one of like the
worst
ones.
I don't know.
It seemed pretty bad because it was with other people too, like other couples.
It had to have been awkward.
Like, who are you guys?
I mean, it seemed like it was sweet and like they were able to like have a good time.
Yeah, it did seem pretty good.
I didn't take it like super.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they didn't really talk or have deep conversations or even like discuss what happened
like
last time they
I
talked.
compared Rachel to her date with like Braden, where she seemed like
really
like way more like having fun,
really into it.
I mean, this is like a different kind of date. It's not supposed to be as funny, I guess, but I don't know. It obviously wasn't that, because they were talking about like, oh yeah, they were both so happy to see each other, both excited for the date, and like giving things another chance. But yeah, then when she gets back from the date, she's like, hey Tanner.
She's all in Tanner now. She's like, damn, did that go really that bad?
Yeah, I mean they do like, her and Tanner do eventually sort of say like, yeah, I want to try. I guess
we'll do a little trying.
We'll do a little trying. What does that?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Because yeah, again, supposedly it's nearing the end. I feel like you should be a little bit more confident.
Yeah, there should be a
like
sense of urgency.
Yes, I agree. Like
it's only the relationship that'll last the rest of your life if it goes well.
If you're actually serious about it, you're only looking for your life partner. No big deal.
No big deal. You can try maybe.
Do a little trying. What did you think about the truth box this episode?
Pretty boring.
Yeah, it was kind of
a boring
underwhelming.
Truth box.
The only drama one was like Tyler isn't into Mercedes, and
She needs to know.
She needs to know.
That was
And
pretty
it's
good.
like, okay, like who are they again?
Who were?
Who
I
is
did. Were
this?
they together?
Taylor, the guy who just got here. Like, yeah, I'm sure he probably isn't into her. He's been here for like a day.
I know.
Oh, Tyler, the
Creator.
creator, he was here.
He was here. Wow.
Oh, the like dude with the like beard.
The other
Like,
beard guy.
The other beard guy. Like, oh, Blake, you mean? No, Tyler. Okay.
Mm.
I don't know, dude. And
It was weird.
she's all worried now. She feels like she said their relationship is pretty surface level. Like neither of them have been vulnerable.
Yeah, they're just
you know,
coasting.
and that other people are kind of seeing them as just a friendship, which worries her because she's like, why? And I was just thinking like, well, maybe it's probably 'cause you just said like you haven't really been all that vulnerable. You're not.
Yeah, you don't take any risks.
Dude. And when she like talked to him about it,
Oh yeah, that was tough.
that was like reaffirmed my. I don't hate the dude, but it's just like
no risk.
he's just good looking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He does not have the Gerry level charisma.
No, I mean.
It's almost as if he like wanted to break up with her.
Yeah, I mean, she says like, you know, she tries to have a conversation and says the stuff like, you know, like, are you like a little bit guarded because you were here last year and things didn't work out? You know, you kind of got your heart broken last year. Do you feel like you're, you know, maybe like taking things a different approach this time? He's like, nah, not really. You know, it's just, you know, he said some bullshit. Then he's like, and she was like, yeah, you know, we haven't really been all that, you know, vulnerable with each other. You know, I'm like, are you like worried about the like distance? And he's like, yeah, I've done long distance before. You know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's like, okay, so you don't care at all.
You know what happens with the relationship?
Like again, it's only supposed to be like a actual like relationship. You know, you're talking about your potential life partner.
Yeah,
if it works,
you know.
it works.
Maybe, dude.
Yeah, I don't.
And then what was it? What was his best friend?
Avon
said like, yeah, he does not do long distance relationships.
Yeah, that's not even your best friend, who I also forget is there sometimes because,
like me, just forgetting his name.
Yeah,
right
Avon, Heaven.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean, even your best friend is kind of like
throwing you under the bus,
saying like, yeah, I can't really tell, and he's telling Mercedes like, yeah, you need to set like a deadline of like, we need to be at this point by then, otherwise I can't do it. I'm like, is that how it works? I mean, is that allowed? I don't know. Like,
do you have deadlines?
You're giving like, you're
Homework.
saying like an ultimatum of
Yeah.
sorts, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird the way you like phrased it on. Avon and Peter get date cards. They take Kylie and Sam and they do shots. They dance. Avon is so lucky that he's been like talking to Kylie the entire time and like didn't
has a strong relationship,
because oh my god, dude,
he might have icked out any other woman.
He icked out for sure. I almost think that he still isn't safe because I don't know. She was being very nice about it, but I was just like, dude, you look at her face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she does not look like she's having fun.
Maybe I was just picturing my face on her. I was just like, what I would do.
Like, oh god.
Like, but hey, I'm not a dancer. I can't.
Yeah,
dance
I
at
can't
all.
really judge people for being bad at dancing.
Peter was not a good dancer, but he was just a little bit like I don't know.
He was 3 shots deep, so
he was 3. Yeah, he was at least 3 shots deep. So he was just going for it. And if you're able to just own it to that level, I don't want to say it makes it good, but it's just like I don't know. You got to respect the confidence.
Yeah.
And Avon had just enough confidence to like do it, which unfortunately is not enough. At least for me.
Mm-hmm. You got to do like full throttle.
You got to
go
go balls to the wall for it.
Yeah, especially if you're like twerking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
But him and Kylie for like the 12th time say, "Yeah, I'm only committed to you. I don't want to talk to
I
anyone
only
else."
have you in my eyes.
Like, okay, cool.
That's fun.
But Peter and Sam, I was a little bit surprised about it because we don't see any of them. I'm like, FP's
Alone.
still here.
I know. Yeah.
And Sam,
she's here, I think.
like, he is fused, so will stay.
Mm-hmm. He's fully fused.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, good for them, I guess.
Yeah, that is a good thing to see.
I appreciate the show showcasing how god awful Jess is at Frisbee. She did not deserve that. No one deserves that.
They did show her like throw it like 5 or 6 times.
Like all of them
landing behind her.
And like I don't even want to be mean about it. Like I'm sure she's aware. So she was like, "Please don't make me do this anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, please do not make her do this anymore. This is getting to be hurtful. Mean."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "You're
destroying her character. Like that's This character
You're ruining her reputation if you show that she doesn't know how to throw a frisbee. I mean, it's not. Yeah,
she'll never make it onto like the frisbee team.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny at first, but the like fact that they like kept doing it, I was like, okay, you're overdoing it. Like you've already shown her, like, throw it into the water like once. You don't need to throw her like pitching it up onto like all the way onto the beach like 4 more times. It's like you don't need to do that. Stop making her do that. She clearly doesn't want to play frisbee.
Yeah, that icked Blake out.
I don't know. To me, that wasn't an ick. Not compared to like Avon's.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have shown like Jess like dancing like super awkwardly, like sure. But being like bad at like frisbee or some like sport.
Weird sport.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, some like not super like mainstream sport. It's not like that's not
too bad
for me at least.
No, if you can't dunk, that's an ick.
Yeah, no, if you can't dunk and you're over the height of like 5 foot, that's an ick. No. She's pretty confident that Blake is her person, as she said, and I was like, well, that changed in like a week.
Yeah, at first you were like, I need to
like talk
be
to
with
Tyler.
Other people. Yeah, I need to kiss Tyler real quick.
I still am really curious about, what is the fallout of that gonna be? Probably doesn't matter. I bet none of these couples are together.
I know they already broke up.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who knows? But Jess gets nervous. Probably not as nervous as Blake. Then when Katie, former Bachelorette Katie, comes on down, immediately just wants to talk to Blake, and Blake's like, "Fuck."
Oh no.
Fuck. He's like,
he was pissed.
Bro, he was pissed. I mean, I think their conversation was fine. I don't know. It seemed kind of just like a
friendly talk,
like a looking
friend
for closure
zone.
Type of conversation.
It's nice to have you as a friend.
Yeah. I mean, because they said, like, they hadn't talked since, like, 2021. So, like, 2 years. They hadn't, like, seen each other or talked to each other. It's like... But she said things ended on good terms, but she, like, got into a new relationship pretty quickly, which potentially upset Blake.
Yeah, Blake was not happy
and it
about
did
that.
seem, he did say, like, you didn't want...
And they broke up over phone.
Yeah, classic. Don't do that. Try not to do that.
Do it over text.
Over text, or maybe even like fax. You can send them a fax.
Yeah, if you can figure out their fax number, you can break up with them.
Post it on like your like Facebook page, just like your.
Change your relationship status.
Oh yeah, that's how you let them know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think their conversation, like, they feel like they played it up quite a bit. Like, and the fact that they, like, had Blake walking away saying, like, oh, I'm so confused, and, like, him all angry, and then going over to the bar and stuff. And I was just like, nothing happened, though.
No drama happened.
Like, she said, like, I remember, like, good memories, but I also remember, like, bad memories. It didn't make it seem like he was going to, like,
blow
be
up.
like, oh yeah, I still love you or anything. Like that.
Yeah.
They asked that to Katie, and she was like, oh god, and then she didn't answer.
She
And I
did
was
not
like,
say anything.
yeah, you don't need to answer.
Yeah.
Don't answer.
Do not
Stop trying to like
bait us.
bait us, start issues. But she's mainly just there. Katie is mainly just there to host a bit of a roast, a little roast host.
The host of the roast, the mostest.
Which I enjoyed watching.
That was good.
None of them. Some of them had like a couple good singers.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them didn't like have like, at least from what we saw, like they were just like great.
Mm-hmm.
They're not comedians though, so like we can't.
Yeah,
expect,
you can't
like
hold them to the same bar.
I
As a
liked,
professional.
I liked Olivia's. Was a pretty good burn towards like Kylie and Kat. How do I taste? That was pretty.
Yeah,
that was
pretty good.
That was a good dig. I like that
Good.
one.
That was a good one.
Who else? There's a lot at Kat.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few at Rachel. And both.
Jess,
It's funny, like
a lot to
yeah.
Jess.
Oh yeah.
A ton.
Oh yeah, Daddy. Blake.
Daddy. Classic.
It was weird though, the fact that they call her Baby Jess. It's like, okay.
She's not
Now
even
you're
the
making it
youngest.
weird. Yeah, yeah, and that is true. Yeah, she's not even the youngest. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's 24. Olivia says is like 23, I think. So
She was keeping real quiet.
yeah, she's like, I'm not taking the baby. Like, I don't want that one. Give that to Jess. The like sparkles. That's what they
Sparkle
should call her. That's what she should try to adopt instead of baby.
Yeah. Glitter girl.
Oh my god. Yeah, make it as weird as you possibly can.
Glitter mom.
I mean, yeah, what did you think? Like, some people got, like, actually upset about it, which was totally, like, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Like, I knew people
would get mad at a roast. What the
I don't
hell?
think any of them were all that bad, though. Most of them were just bad jokes or
They
like,
were.
bad roasts. Like, some of them, only a few of them were funny. So, I mean, did you think any of them were, like, real mean?
Not really.
I didn't think
The
so.
only one I thought was kind of weird was Tanner towards Rachel.
Yeah, what was his again?
He was like, if we were gonna have, if I found out we were gonna have a former Bachelorette, I was excited until I saw it was Rachel or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I will say the only ones you probably got to be careful with is the like person you're like supposed to be dating.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is that really your main target? right
Which
there?
yeah, I think maybe Kylie and Avon could get away with it, or maybe
Right, since they're
Aaron,
strong.
because yeah, it's like I'm sure they
Showing
probably
the
have
strength
that
of your
rapport. But it's like,
relationship.
yeah, maybe someone I've been like somewhat dating or whatever. I'm trying
I'm sure
with
you're
for like
trying to
the
date.
past half day. That's a person that I think I can fully roast. Yeah, I'm sure they won't get mad. Obviously, it's like especially like a not that funny.
It wasn't even that good.
It's like, I don't know. Only some of them were funny. Yeah, what was Aaron's? Like, same thing, like another Bachelorette roast. Like, he compared her to, like, Katie, saying, like, yeah, at least she knew when to, like, give up or, like, whatever. You know, and he's like, it's giving loss. And I'm like, it's giving, Aaron, you're giving not funny is what you're giving.
You're being not
Your
funny.
delivery is giving poor. I don't know. I didn't think any of them were that bad, but
Yeah, I didn't think any of them had a career in comedy.
I was actually thinking that Kat, it did showcase her getting quite a few thrown at her, but I don't know. She took them pretty well.
She took them way better than Jess.
Yeah, Jess and
and
like
Rachel.
Rachel were like crying afterwards. Blake asking Jess, "Are you okay?" I'm fine.
I'm freaking fine.
Fine. You ask me that again, I won't be fine. Go back to your ex-fiance.
Oh God,
Idiot. I'm fine.
idiot.
You stupid idiot.
Idiot says what? What?
Yeah, and then Rachel was crying, but then like, yeah, I mean, Kat, like, sure, she was probably upset in the moment, but it didn't show her like,
Mourning over it.
yeah, I mean, going crazy afterwards, which I was expecting her to be the one getting super upset. But yeah, Connor made the or Tanner.
Connor.
Tanner. Is it Connor? You're making me question now. I think it's Tanner.
No, it's definitely Tanner.
Tanner made the like Botox joke.
Oh yeah, classic.
And yeah, and she was like, yeah, it just means it was doing like it did its job. Yeah, no, Cat caught quite a few of them, but
Never really held him personally.
No, she didn't explode.
She does know how to take a joke. That's good.
Yeah, at least
At least I showed it. Yeah.
I don't know. And this episode left on a little bit of a cliffhanger because then
The rose ceremony.
It's going to be the rose ceremony. It's going to be the women giving out roses to the guys. Who's going to get what roses? You know, is Tanner in the doghouse now with Rachel?
Yeah, he's definitely in the
so,
doghouse.
Maybe, I don't know. But it's more, I guess the question is, though, what's going to happen with Blake and Jess? Blake pulls Jess aside and like, hey, got to talk. She's like, is everything okay? And he like just doesn't respond. You're scaring me.
Doesn't respond.
I'm like, okay, I think there is something wrong, Jess.
Oh no.
And then he says like, yeah, I mean, having that experience with Katie, you know, I knew how like, you know, I knew that I was in love with her, and I'm spending more time with you, and I'm like not sure if we're. And I'm like, oh, whoa, what's gonna go down? Who cares?
Who knows? Who cares?
We care about Gerry here.
Yeah, that's why we watch all this.
Yeah.
Just for Gerry.
That's why we still spend the time to watch the extra 2 hours of this show, because we obviously don't care because we watch 2 hours of it.
Only every week.
Yeah, only every week. We still decide to cover it and probably spend the majority of time talking about it. We don't care about it.
We don't care. You believe us.
No episode next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey, or whatever you decide to.
Yeah, adopt a turkey.
Yeah.
For your oven. On Thanksgiving.
Pardon. Hopefully the turkey gets pardoned another year.
Free
that was
turkey.
Like the funniest thing when I discovered that what that was when I don't even remember how old I was like. That's pretty funny.
And then they chop them up.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like, yes, this one has been pardoned, but like all of your like brothers and sisters are being like are in the oven right now.
Yeah, they didn't get pardoned. God, imagine the survivor's guilt. That turkey.
Turkey is like going into like he needs therapy.
It's like, why was it me?
It should have been me. It's horrible.
It was pretty
Poor turkeys. Yeah, happy holidays. Get some good deals maybe on Friday.
On Friday.
Or Monday if you're going cyber.
If you're a cyber hacker.
If you're a cyber hacker.
You can get a deal on our podcast. It's free for the thing.
Yeah, it is free if you want to watch it. And where can you watch it?
You can watch it on YouTube, like a literally one word.
You can watch it on everything else, like a literally 3 words, such as Spotify,
Apple,
Google Podcasts,
Podbean,
Pandora, I think.
iHeartRadio.
Is it? Okay, sure.
FM radio.
I believe
AM radio.
Anything you listen to us on, if you enjoy it, you can actually show it. There is a button for it that says, I liked this. I did enjoy this. I liked
It's that little thumbs down.
Is that thumbs down? You want to click the one next to it. Or if you're on any of the other ones, there is a rating system that is in the form of stars. It goes up to 5.
5 stars.
Just tell us how many, like, what's the highest number you can count to between 1 to 5, and just click on that. Click on that. If you want to write a review describing your love and appreciation for the daddies, for Jamie and Vic and Jamie, and how amazing
and life-changing
we have been to you, feel free to write a few words. Any questions you have, write a few words or numbers. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people?
I'd say, well, we're not going to be on next week.
We will not. We will take the week off. We will give you guys a break. I know this is one of those things, like, we have to tease you a little bit. We have to keep you waiting. You don't always get what you want.
You don't. Sometimes you gotta, if you are patient enough,
You
might
will
just
be
get
rewarded.
what you need.
You will be rewarded.
You will.
We will reward you with Gerry and
some trash.
and some little pieces of trash, I guess. It'll be the end for Gerry. Oh God, there's another scary way to put it. It's the end of the season for Gerry.
For us,
I do not know. I still don't know how many more episodes of Paradise there are, but
hopefully not very
potentially
many.
reaching the end. So probably only a few. But we got everything you need and more.
All in
Everything
one
you could ask
place.
for. All in one place. So stop on by. Give us just an hour of your time.
Give us a couple hours.
It's nothing.
Let us lull you to sleep.
If you haven't listened to any of our other stuff before, just go back and listen to
That's it all.
all the previous like 20 episodes or however many we've done. I've lost count at this point.
Yeah. Should only take you a couple days.
Yeah, it should only
straight.
take you, if you listen to it all,
Back to
it
back.
won't even take you an entire day.
That is true.
It should just take 20 hours, 21 hours.
It's worth it. We promise.
But we'll see you in 2 weeks. You've been good to us. We'll continue being good to you.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there.
Keep your heart safe.
Keep your heart safe. Because we will never give you up
We're never going to let you down.
or let you down.
We're never going to run around and desert you.
We will never hurt you. So we will see you in like 2 weeks.
I'm Vic,
I'm Jamie.
and this is yeah.